And we're getting this breaking news from Uttarakhand's Haridwar, where a stampede is being reported from the Mansa Devi temple that is situated in Haridwar. 6 dead, that is the death toll being reported so far. And multiple people are feared injured in this stampede. The rescue and relief operations are underway. The injured have been rushed to the hospital nearby, but unfortunately 6 people have lost their lives. These are the visuals from Haridwar, Uttarakhand's Haridwar, where the stampede is being reported from. This happened at Mansa Devi temple, where as per the authorities were not expecting such a huge crowd to gather at the temple, and which eventually led to this stampede at the Mansa Devi temple in Uttarakhand's Haridwar. So 6 people have lost their lives in this stampede. Multiple people are feared injured. They have been rushed to the hospital nearby, where they are undergoing treatment. The relief and rescue operations are also underway at the Mansa Devi temple, where this stampede is being reported from. This temple is situated in Uttarakhand's Haridwar. Now, it is pertinent to note that this happened just after the Kanwar Yatra concluded. The administration was not expecting such a huge crowd to gather at the Mansa Devi temple, which eventually led to the stampede, in which 6 people have unfortunately lost their lives. My colleague Ashutosh Mishra is now joining us with more details regarding this stampede. Ashutosh, over to you. Give us the latest details.
So eventually, Anjali, as per primary reports that they are getting, that there was a massive crowd, and especially being weekend and Sunday. So eventually, once the Kanwar Yatra is over, the route was totally open, and then we see a flood of the pilgrims and the devotees who reached all across this Delhi, NCR, Uttarakhand, and on the auspicious month of Sawan, the number of people were amount to Mansa Devi temple. This is exactly next to body in Haridwar and located at around 2,500 feet of the altitude. So eventually, because of the number of and the footfall of the pilgrims that was huge in number, there is also a cable car. So many of these pilgrims were taking cable car. Many of them were walking down, and all of a sudden that led to a stampede kind of situation. Of course, whenever there is a huge crowd, it probably looks like certain failures from the administrative side, perhaps the entry and exit route were not more than it was not anticipation as per the initial information to the administration that this will be the number that would be reaching to Mansa Devi temple, and that looks like so. So far, what we are hearing that 6 people have appeared dead in this unfortunate incident, and hopefully the number should not rise. But looking at these images that are coming primarily, anything is impossible to predict at this moment. So for now, there is 6 people that are dead. The Garhwal Divisional Commissioner is en route to the spot. The SSP Haridwar, what I spoke to him, is also there at the site. He has already reached the ambulance and health department, civil defense, the SDRF, and all these people, personnel have been dispatched to the site. We're waiting for more reports as and when it arrives. But for now, all the efforts are being done first primarily to evacuate the people, reduce the footfall, and of course ensure the injured people will be taken to the hospitals. And that's what the primary report that we are getting. Also, we're waiting for confirmation whether the NDRF team has also been dispatched. But for now, all the agencies, rescue relief agencies, are at work ensuring evacuation of the people and ensuring injured people should be taken to hospital ASAP.
Right. Ashutosh, also give us the latest update as far as the rescue operation, the relief and rescue operation is concerned.
The rescue relief primarily it was all started with the police that was deployed in that area, and also the batch of the bunch of the policemen those were also deployed at Haridwar, because this is being Sawan auspicious month. We have essentially seen Kanwar Yatra over, so there was adequate number of persons that were deployed in that particular area. Of course, not at Mansa Devi temple, because largely during Kanwar Yatra, most of the people that we say. That's only go for the Harki Paddy. But this being Sunday, often we see on the weekends people are dispatched, and the people, the senior officials, as we are getting information, SSP Haridwar, he has reached to the hospital. So what we given to understand that around 10 people now been taken to the hospital. And in the meanwhile, I'm also accumulating data and the information from the sources that number of the people that are injured and we'll get back soon with the information to you.
Right, Ashutosh, were there any prior concerns regarding the crowd management at the temple?
May I request you to repeat the question, Anjali?
Ashutosh, were there any prior concerns or warnings regarding the crowd management at this particular temple?
Not at all, not at all. There were what we're giving from the sources. So far, there was no such alert or the information that was available with the administration. It is indeed on Saturday and Sunday the number of people of rise to that holy place of this Mansa Devi temple, because there is a large belief of the people that often visit on, particularly on weekends. But the number will rise at this extent perhaps was not anticipated by the administration. And only because of the lack of administrative preparedness, these kind of stampede only, there is only one rule. If there is a large number of crowd, if there is a chaotic situation, what you ensure is the entry and exit points either, and people should not hold at any particular pocket. Even the landscape, the topography of this particular mountain passage, this is extremely narrow. And when you have a narrow passage, then you have to ensure that people do not gather at a point. So there is a continuous in and out. Of course, that looks like some point of, this stretch that have been blocked. And because of that blockage, this stampede could have taken place. Also, we are seeing the weather conditions. So when you see the extreme hot and humid, that also adds to the situation in a chaotic way. So we're waiting for more and more information, but primarily it looks like absence of preparedness that has led to this kind of situation in Stampede that has killed around 6 people so far as the primary information available, and around 10 people reportedly injured. We're waiting for more information and data. Anjali.
Right, Ashutosh, that the entry and exit routes were not marked. Could that have played a key role in this stampede? All right, we'll try to re-establish that connection with my colleague Ashutosh. But a stampede is being reported at the Mansa Devi temple in Uttarakhand's Haridwar. 6 people have unfortunately died in this stampede, and multiple people are feared injured. They have been rushed to the hospital nearby. The rescue and relief operations are underway. But as my colleague Ashutosh was pointing out, that the entry and exit routes were not marked at this temple, which could have played a key role in this particular stampede. There are challenges being faced by the rescue and relief operation teams also, and Ashutosh also pointed out at the hot and humid weather that which could have made the situation worse. There was absence of preparedness also by the authorities at the temple. They were not expecting such a huge crowd to gather at the temple. It's also the weekend, due to which there was a huge gathering at the temple. The Kanwar Yatra had also concluded just a few days ago. So devotees from across the nation were in Haridwar. That could have also led to the huge crowd at the Mansa Devi temple, which eventually led to the stampede. Details continue to emerge, but the initial details that we have is that 6 people have lost their lives in this stampede. Multiple people have been injured. They have been rushed to the hospital nearby. They are undergoing treatment. The rescue and relief operations are also underway. SSP Haridwar is at the hospital. 10 people have been rushed to the hospital. These are the visuals from the hospital where the injured are being treated. And the SSP Haridwar is also at the hospital. And absence of preparedness is what has come to the fore so far, is what is being suspected led to this stampede, as the authorities were not expecting such a huge crowd today at the Mansa Devi temple. Also, hot and humid weather has made the situation worse, and the entry and exit routes were not marked. This is what was being pointed out by my colleague Ashutosh Mishra. So, Haridwar's Mansa Devi temple, there's a stampede being reported from Haridwar's Mansa Devi temple, in which 6 people have unfortunately lost their lives. Multiple people have been injured in this stampede. They have been rushed to the hospital nearby. We are showing you the visuals from the hospital where the injured have been rushed. We're learning 10 people are at the hospital, and 6 people have already been declared dead. The death toll may rise further as 10 people have been rushed to the hospital.